When you show up on campus, do you think they show you a list of guys who graduated with honors, or do they show you guys who were drafted high? I think you just put on a videotape of guys drafted in the first round. Yeah, Fritzy.
Now, that's a compliment, right, to Saban and Meyer? Because as I hear it, I keep changing my mind back and forth. Is that a shot about that college is just a farm system for the NFL? Is he saying something good about Nick and Urban there? What did you?
Well, I think it's obvious. I mean, they are a farm system. You're developing it. You don't have to pay these kids. We pay the coaches to develop these kids so they're ready when we draft them. And how many players are draft eligible who are coming out as juniors this year? How many first-round draft picks are going to be juniors? So they're only staying 3 years. It's a farm system. Yes, McLovin.
I thought it was a little bit insulting college football, who I feel like presents itself as something more than just a farm system, the NFL. And also, too, when you, like the major league coaches in baseball, obviously look down on the farm system coaches. He said, like, they're just our farm system coaches. Because college football is supposed to stand alone as this entity that stands for something else.
Does it?
Yeah, sometimes it does. Sometimes there's something special about college football.
Did Vrabel just pull the curtain back? Really?
No, we all know it, but still,
that whole student athlete is a silly catchphrase that we just hang on to that, and these coaches will sell that nonsense to you. I call them athletic students. They're not student athletes; they're athletic students. That's what they are. Now, we like to put it, they're students first. No, they're athletes first. That's how they got there. Yeah, Fritzy.
But all the other farm systems of the other sports, they are affiliated in some way, shape, or form with the major league teams, even though it's under a guise of something else. The NCAA is still, even if they're pretending to be separate than the NFL, they're not, they're not connected together.
Is college basketball the farm system for the NBA?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's the difference here?
They just don't like to call it that.
Yeah, I mean,
the difference with baseball is the baseball players get paid.
They get paid
different.
Actually, the value of a baseball player playing minor league baseball generally is way less than a college scholarship. But minor league baseball player can make as little as $25,000 a year.
Right, but don't the big prospects get a big bonus?
First round guys, yes, but the other 40 rounds of the draft, those guys get between $30,000 and $40,000 a year, which is probably equal to a year of college football.
Yeah, but did anybody have a problem with the farm system for college basketball to the NBA? Why is that a knock that Nick Saban? He's well paid, well compensated. He's as compensated as any of the pro coaches. But I think Vrabel's just pointing out the obvious, that they develop talent to go to the NFL. That is the goal. Yes, Eden.
So if he had said that there are unofficial farm system, would it have been less insulting or something? I really don't see what the big hubbub is about what he said. Like, doesn't everybody sort of consider college football the farm system of the NFL? I wish I could be disrespected to the tune of $10 million a year.
Do you think college football coaches consider themselves that?
Yeah.
Yes.
You don't think that they're bringing in kids saying, "Hey, buddy, if you come here, I'm going to get you to the NFL"? Or
do you think that they just have this altruistic motive that we're just here to develop great young men and send them off into the workplace?
Yeah, I think when they're asked that question in the press,
yes,
I think that's
but that's what I'm saying. Vrabel just pulled the curtain back on this.
Right. I think the college coaches are going to say, I disagree with Vrabel, even if deep inside
they have to say that. You have to say that, because that's when you come out with that speech that says, we get these men and these kids and we mold them into men, and we want them to get their degree and graduate. And okay, I mean, you can say that, but if you're recruiting these kids, I can guarantee you're saying, hey, come on in. The last two guys who played that position, they play for the Niners and they play for the Titans here. That's what you're selling, because that's what the kids are buying. Yeah, Fritzy.
That may be ultimately what it is, but I can't imagine Coach K or John Calipari or Tom Izzo. I'm sure they would prefer not to be introduced that way at a banquet or anything like that. Ladies and gentlemen, he's one of the best farm system coaches.
But who is doing? I don't know why you guys are taking offense to this. Nobody's calling them that, like that's their official title. It's just Vrabel's saying that this is a farm system, and what Nick Saban and Urban Meyer are doing is developing talent for us. That's obvious. Yeah, Paul.
But I could see maybe what those guys in the back row are saying about it. Almost looks like, hey, these are the JV coaches and we coach the varsity. There's a lot of people in our country who prefer college football way more than pro football. They're at least on the equal stage as far as importance in our country. It's not like AAA baseball is not even close in fan importance to Major League Baseball.
Okay, but what role do these college coaches play?
They do play the role, but the term can be conveyed as, hey, you're the JV getting our players ready for the big time. Well, college football is just as big time.
Man, I'd love to be disrespected the way Urban Meyer is.
Yeah.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.